Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3 on this beautiful Tuesday. We've spoken about health, and now Tuesdays are also reserved for travel. And this morning we are joined by Mike Elof and Colin Mayer, who are digital creators with their very own content creation business, the Palm Tribe, that you can find on social media. But they are here this morning to tell us more about their incredible trip to Turkey.
Oh,
yay for being with us this morning.
Yay for Turkey.
Yay for Turkey. Yeah, I love it.
It defies description. And we've tried almost every day of the week for like the last 2 weeks to try and put our finger on what the value proposition is. And it's everything. So let's start. Colin, deep dive. How long were you guys there? And what was your initial feeling when you arrived? Had you been to Turkey before?
No, that was our first time that we went last year. We went for a week. And it was incredible. We actually didn't know what to expect. We were going to Istanbul and Cappadocia. And obviously Cappadocia, we just knew balloons. And Istanbul, we didn't know a lot about. So the initial experience, it was just amazing.
Yeah, look, way back in my youth when I was playing male model, I lived in Turkey for a while.
Oh, wow.
And Cappadocia was one of those places, the sandstone cliffs, the balloons, the pottery that they make there.
Incredible.
It's unbelievable, but we've got to speak about the cultural experiences that you have there, because I believe when you travel, look for a place where you can experience a bit of a culture shock, right? Yeah. And is that what you guys found?
Yes, well, you go from a city that has 3 million people to a city that has like 16 million people. There's your initial culture shock.
Wake up,
But then you start realizing what there is underneath all of that and all of the culture that Turkey has a lot of culture and a lot of stuff that you can go and see, whether it be in Istanbul or in Cappadocia. There was just so many things that was out there to see. I mean, some of the culture that you're there. One of the great things is that Turkish people are always up for a cup of chai or a cup of Turkish coffee.
Word.
In the mornings, and you have one of those
Turkish coffee now.
Turkish coffee in the first thing in the mornings. It really gives you that.
Yeah,
and
it's not something that can be rushed. You know, the Turkish coffee, it's a process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the trip should be. And often, because there is so much to do, you can fall short by trying to do too much.
Yeah.
So often what I'll do is when I go to a new place, I will sit with a person and eat something. It's a great way to explore a culture because you get the emotional investment as well. And this is a difficult and I'm sure to answer. When it came to the cuisine, what stood out for you? We've heard Zoe, one of our colleagues, went and did the little clay pot slow cook thing where you've got to break the pot herself. What jumped off the page for you? What does it stand out?
There's actually just so much. So Turkish people love to eat, okay? We did not realize that until we sat down for a meal and it was the entire table was full with food. They brought something and we were like, oh great, yeah, we're going to eat this. And we kind of ate a lot and then they just continued coming to the table.
So pace yourself is what you're saying.
With
Pace
more
yourself.
dishes. And this is not just dinner or lunch. This is even breakfast. We went for this beautiful breakfast at a hotel and it was also just bringing things in. And there's just so many different flavors going on. And I don't eat meat, so you'd think, oh, I'm going to miss out. But there are so many vegetarian dishes as well, which is amazing. My favorite thing was actually, I can't remember for the life of me now the Turkish name for it, but it was honeycomb and cream.
Get out.
You eat it with Turkish bread.
Get out.
And I could eat that every single day.
I'm going to try to eat that every single day now from now. I'm going to find.
You're going to make your way there. No, it's going to be authentic there. So I bet you guys can attest to the fact that you guys would probably need more than a week, to really dive into it. But I got to ask, as content creators, when you do something like this, you travel to these unbelievable destinations, yet, this is your job. You're creating content. How do you balance it to create proper content, but also make sure you enjoy the time that you have and not miss anything?
Because it's got to be a lived experience for the content to land.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So life is all about balance. I'm a Libran, so balance is just in my nature, okay? So life is about balance, and especially with travel and what we do, I do believe that it is about balance, and you should really just take a moment every now and then to put your camera down and really just appreciate moments and rather just see them through your eyes and not have to worry about your camera. But in saying that, we do get FOMO, and we want our audience to experience these moments that we're experiencing as well. So we'll experience it for a little bit, really take it in, and then pick up the camera and really just create and capture moments. Because that's what it's all about, and what we're there for is we're there to bring an experience to people that don't really get to do it through our social media.
Completely, and I don't think, and you have a front row seat for the next wave of marketing brilliance. It's purpose-driven. It's the reason why people are going to these destinations. That's what people want to attach themselves. So kudos to you for being on the peak of that wave. All of this being said, you've got a few days to get to Turkey. You want that one moment to stand out. What would you hang your hat on? What would you recommend for people who are going to Turkey as that ultimate hidden gem bucket list moment for you?
Well, I can't speak for the entire Turkey, only our trip, but definitely you have to go to Istanbul. The vibe is unmatched. It's really something I haven't experienced yet. The energy I got from the city, absolutely amazing. And then you go to Cappadocia. Mike will disagree with me on this one. The hot air balloons, if you can do it, they don't always fly, which I didn't know. They don't always fly, but we got to see them 2 mornings. We were up in one, and then we saw it from a viewpoint the next morning. You have to do the 3 o'clock wake-up call, but it is so worth it. It is just incredible seeing hundreds of balloons around you in the sky with these fairy towers down below. It's magical. You can't...
Unmatched. I don't think you two have come back yet, to be honest. I think the bodies are here, but the spirit is
I'll just add into her. She says that I don't agree with her, but I 100% agree on the balloons. The wake-up call, maybe not so much. Although I did get up early to go up in the mountains, but that's a different story. But something else that you should really check out when going to Cappadocia, there's something called the Kaymaklı Caves. And these caves were built, I mean, some people say that they were built before the Ice Age, but who knows when they were actually built, and there's documentaries about them. But how interesting that these things were built years and years ago with little stone hand, little carving devices. And they go 8 floors under the ground with these cave systems with chimneys, and it is mind-blowing.
So there's the underground and above the ground life in Cappadocia, which is just, it blows your mind.
It was discovered. Some farmer was just busy on his farm, and then he fell through, and they were like, wow, there's all of these caves.
There's a whole city underneath where I'm standing.
I don't think a lot of people see that side of Cappadocia, so very interesting.
No, I think you need to dedicate at least an entire month to make sure, for sure. But I want to say thank you for the incredible job that you guys are doing. We love following you. You guys are absolutely amazing, albeit we are also very jealous.
The FOMO is now very real at this moment. I don't like you actually so much.
That's a sign. Book some tickets.
Well, you can book right now if you want to get there. TurkishAirlines.com. In fact, they go to more destinations in the world than anyone else. They are your front row seat, literally, to take you to Turkiye. Yay! But Turkiye. Guys, thank you so much. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.